The sunset over Obina is never quiet. Cassava rows glow gold, yams wait in mounds, and smoke from cooking fires braids into the orange sky. We watch women pace the winding dusty paths with woven baskets steady on their heads, and children run laughing, kicking up red earth like embers. Even the iroko trees feel like they're breathing. I stand where the village cannot reach me, on the edge of the hill, silent while everyone below moves like the world is certain. The air smells like cassava leaves and warm dust, but my mind is already elsewhere. When I blink, the horizon shows me a city that doesn't belong to this soil. We try to read her, but she doesn't turn her head. Her dress lifts in the evening breeze like it's answering a rhythm no one else can hear. Then the camera, if you imagine one, would glide beneath the iroko branches, and you'd see her gaze locked, not on goats or lanterns, but on something far away. The city glows beneath the setting sun, golden towers like jewels, bright lights appearing as darkness approaches. It looks magical, almost unreal, like someone painted impossible geometry into the sky. In my eyes, the reflections dance, warm highlights, cool shadows, and a longing that feels sharper than hunger. We talk about destiny the way we talk about weather, part belief, part survival. The harvest is still being gathered, goats wander freely, chickens scatter across the road, life performing its old rituals. Yet, Amara feels like a glitch in the pattern, like the story is about to branch. My days become a loop of contrast. I carry water from the river while wealthy travelers pass on distant roads. I harvest crops under a hot sun while I imagine a different future. At the market, I sell produce, and elegant carriages roll through like punctuation. Each time I breathe, my frustration tightens, like a knot in cloth. We see it. Her face used to brighten with work. Now it sharpens with wanting. When the evening breeze returns, it doesn't soothe her. It stirs her restlessness. If we were animating her, we'd dial in the skin's micro-roughness and the sweat's real sheen, because her emotions are written on her pores. Don't joke, my body feels like it's rendering too fast. The sunlight bakes, then the city flickers in my memory like a luminous overlay. I start to forget the weight of my own life. And when night comes, determination arrives where frustration used to live. I clench my fist and promise myself, everything will change. Night settles over Obina. Lanterns ignite, families sit outside sharing meals and stories. Amara sits beside her elderly mother. For a moment, neither of them speaks. Only the wind through tall grass and the distant city lights like a treasure chest waiting to open. My mother's eyes held wisdom, patience, and peace, while mine held ambition and hunger. The feeling of destiny isn't gentle, it's heavy in the air, like pressure before a storm. When she finally rises and walks back into the lantern-lit streets, I don't follow. I stay, staring until I can't tell whether I'm praying or plotting. As she disappears, thunder rumbles faintly in the distance. Clouds drift across the moon. We keep our voices low because the night feels attentive. And then, near the edge of the forest, we notice a change, a shadow that doesn't behave like a shadow. At first, I think I'm imagining it. Maybe the wind, maybe my fear. But at the Harvest Festival, joy fills the village, drums beating, dancers spinning, women singing. Firelight flickers across faces. Then the music dips. The crowd slows as if the world's rhythm has been paused by an unseen hand. We whisper without meaning to. The silence spreads unnaturally fast. Drums stop mid-beat. A stranger enters the village road in dark clothing, his movement cutting through warm wind like ink through water. Even dogs refuse to approach. I watch him for the first time with real attention. His long shadow stretches wrong, flickering, sometimes missing, sometimes broken, like the light source can't decide what physics should apply. Elders whisper, and I feel the festival become distant, unreal, as if two destinies are being rendered in the same frame. You want more. Those words land like a weight in my chest. Shock first, then curiosity that tastes like danger. I'm angry too. Who speaks to me like he already owns the future? I step closer anyway, because fear and ambition wrestle inside my ribs like they're fighting for the steering wheel of my life. You carry hunger the way the soil carries seed, quiet, persistent, waiting for the right season. I see it in your silence on the hill. I hear it in your repeated promises to yourself. Your frustration isn't random. It's the signal that the world has been tuned to accept a bargain. We can't move properly around him. The air feels denser. Even the wind behaves like it's listening. If we were describing the scene in technical terms, imagine a director dialing light. The contrast rises, the volumetric haze tightens, and the depth of field steals clarity from everything except the threat. The closer he gets, the more unstable time feels. Leaves begin circling around our feet, unnaturally. There's a pressure in the sky, a sense that the frame rate of reality is slipping. My anger tries to ignite courage, but my curiosity keeps turning the flame into questions. I offer wealth in exchange for your shadow. I laugh, nervous, sharp. Wealth? As if money can buy back dignity. I step back and suddenly I notice something. When I move, my shadow lags behind slightly, like it's disconnected from my body's timing. That lag isn't an illusion. It's a delay in attachment, a breach in the bond between self and light. I notice everything that breaks. Night falls abruptly, like a hard cut in a film edit. Moonlight floods the village edge. I walk toward the forest path despite warnings in my instincts, because destiny doesn't ask permission. The distant village lights shrink behind me. The forest swallows sound until my steps feel too loud, too final. We stand in our homes and feel helpless. We sense the story turning like a locked door swinging open somewhere we can't reach. We don't see the agreement. Only the weather shifts, as if the sky itself is holding its breath. In the forest clearing, he is already waiting. He stands under moonlight completely still. So still it feels like the scene is paused while everything else waits to catch up. When I step closer, I realize the terror. He casts no normal shadow, only darkness that moves independently. You stand at the edge of a trade. Your shadow is the proof you're anchored to humanity. Give it, and I'll replace the absence with something that gleams. I hate him for how calm he sounds. My hand trembles as I hesitate. Sweat gathers on my skin, my breathing deepens. Ambition fights fear. The forest reacts like a living rig. Trees creak, insects stop, air freezes. I feel my shadow begin to separate from my feet even before my skin reaches his. Let the connection tear properly. When my hand finally reaches him, everything explodes into wind and darkness. It's not cinematic decoration, it's mechanics. The air whips, and my shadow behaves like something with agency, like a living constraint breaking under stress. I'm not only taking it, I'm absorbing it. Your shadow is massless to you, but to me it's data, light's record of you. I pull the contact from your world and hold it in mine. My scream fractures the moonlit stillness. My shadow pulls away like a living thing, stretches, fights, claws at the ground trying to stay attached. He, holds his hand out calmly as if controlling gravity itself. Then the shadow is violently ripped free and absorbed into his palm. Instant silence follows. Morning arrives too quickly, unnaturally fast, like someone slammed the sun's shutter. A luxury black vehicle enters Obina with dust rising dramatically behind it. We gather confused, shocked. Men in suits step out with folders and documents. They call my name loudly, and I answer like I'm still dreaming. My body remembers the forest, but the world has overwritten it. I step forward shaken, and my life changes instantly. So quickly it feels like an edit applied after the fact, a continuity break nobody warned me about. We watch her life become new geometry. Boardrooms, designer clothes, polished floors that reflect light too perfectly. In our language, we say she has become a different person. In technical terms, her skin shines with realism, her eyes catch specular highlights, but something is missing from the photometric model. Mirrors don't lie. In every reflection, windows, mirrors, even water, there is no shadow beneath my feet. Cameras flash and investors praise me, shaking my hand like they're touching a miracle. Yet my absence is constant. My body is rendered, but my contact shadow is gone, like a ray-traced shadow pass returning null. I walk through the luxury mansion at night alone. The hallway echoes with every step because the acoustics feel amplified by emptiness. I look down. Still no shadow. Lights flicker, and a distant whisper calls my name with the intimacy of a memory I can't escape. Find me. I try to sleep, but the dream arrives like a rendering of my guilt. I fall into darkness, where a massive cage holds thousands of screaming shadows. They're not just scary images, they feel like trapped entities. My shadow is weak, reaching out, calling for me. Find me. And the moment I reach back, the cage tightens like a constraint solver refusing mercy. I wake violently. In my bedroom corner, he stands smiling silently, unchanged, like time doesn't affect him. I throw a glass vase. It passes through emptiness, shattering only in my hand's physics, not in his. He begins to fade as he speaks. You are adjusting to what you chose. Then he disappears, leaving only cold air. We hear rumors because rumors travel faster than dust. They say she gained wealth. They also say something darker, that she lost a piece of herself and now carries hollowness like a second garment. When Amara speaks to us, her eyes look like they've been rendered without warmth. I break down for the first time. I walk barefoot through my mansion corridors, disoriented, touching gold, glass, polished wood, expecting comfort but getting only echo. I whisper to myself, this is not wealth, this is punishment. And the worst part is that the punishment is visually consistent. No shadow, always no shadow. So I decide to return to Obina. The montage is fast: airport, private car, rural roads. As I travel, the luxury world dims and the sky becomes warmer, more natural again. But fear grows heavier in my chest. I'm returning not for comfort, but to repair a missing tether. When she nears our village, the air changes. We feel the contrast immediately, like a color grade shifting from artificial cool tones back into Earth's spectrum. Yet when Amara enters, people recognize her, but they hesitate. Children stare. We whisper, she has changed. I walk like someone searching for forgiveness. The past doesn't welcome me gently, it interrogates me. I find my childhood hut dim and quiet, and my mother is inside weaving. When I collapse to my knees, my voice cracks. Mother, something is wrong with me. She stands slowly, pale-faced, studying me like she's seeing symptoms before diagnosis. Then she notices the terrifying fact I've been forced to avoid. There is no shadow under me. Her hands begin to shake. She whispers, "You met him, didn't you?" I nod and explain everything quickly. Wealth, the stranger, the shadow, the mansion. I tell her how the forest agreement broke the world. I tell her how my reflections lied by omission. She steps back in horror as wind enters through cracks in the hut, and the past feels like it's awakening. Then she begins telling a forbidden story about a dark traveler moving from village to village. People offer desires. Shadows get pulled away like smoke. Children cry in the background, but the story's core is precise. He isn't random. He is systematic. The curse is a mechanism. My mother reveals the name. He is the collector of shadows. The hut darkens unnaturally. The oil lamp flickers violently. I shake as I listen because every word makes the outside world feel further away, like the boundaries of reality are being stretched. She says, "He never takes wealth, he takes what keeps you human." And I whisper, "My shadow." The camera, if you could place one, would zoom into my empty shadow space where light refuses to acknowledge me. Wind howls outside, and I understand why the ache never left. The shadow was never decoration, it was identity. My mother's final warning hits like a bell. The forest of lost shadows is where he keeps them. I react instantly, fear and determination mixing into one decision. I will go there, I tell her. She tries to stop me, grabbing my hand, but I pull away. At dawn, she prepares for the journey. We watch in silence, no one dares follow. We see the forest ahead and it feels unnatural, too still, too dark, even birds avoid it. That silence isn't just atmosphere, it's a signal that a rule has changed. I enter the forest. Instant silence. No wind. No insects. Only footsteps and my breathing. Trees twist unnaturally like they're watching me, and the camera from above feels like surveillance by geometry. Then reality starts to distort. Paths change when I walk, and shadows appear briefly, then vanish, like corrupted frames. Whispers call my name from nowhere. I stop. Nothing is there. I move again, and night falls inside the forest unnaturally fast. Bioluminescent fog rises, turning distance into uncertainty. I light a small lantern, and behind me, faint, shadow-like figures move between trees. I turn. Nothing is there, but the absence feels crowded. Then a massive clearing appears. In the distance, an enormous black tower rises into the sky. It looks alive. Chains wrap around it, and whispers leak from within like steam from a wound. My shadowless feet step forward anyway, because I'm done negotiating with absence. The tower doors open by themselves. A wave of voices rushes out, thousands of trapped whispers compressed into one breath. I step inside and the doors slam shut behind me. Total darkness. Then a deep voice echoes, "You finally came for what you lost. You came back. Not with money. Money can't hold a soul. You came with the part of you that proves you belong to the living world. I demand my shadow back. My voice steadies even as fear tries to claw its way through my ribs. Floating shadows drift like trapped spirits inside the tower. Every step echoes unnaturally loud, as if acoustics have been tuned to magnify my guilt. You think you can retrieve it cleanly? The bargain wasn't a one-time purchase, it was a transfer of allegiance. Your shadow is now bound to my domain's logic. Then give it back. I can feel it calling me, weak, reaching from somewhere behind the light. I see chains suspended in midair, holding glowing shadows. Some cry, some scream silently. I see my own shadow ahead, weak, fading, reaching for me like a thread pulled tight. Your shadow remembers. It remembers the moment you let your longing outweigh your humanity. I refuse the accusation. I stand firm despite trembling. Let me have what's mine, I say, and the tower vibrates with my demand. Fine. I'll show you what you chose. He offers visions, my wealth, my mansion, the city skyline glowing behind glass. Then he shows my shadow suffering, dragged, contained, screaming without sound. The camera spins rapidly in my mind between two realities, the glittering lie and the invisible pain. Then I remember my village mornings, the market stalls, the dusty roads, my mother's eyes, and the moment she warned me about him. I remember the loneliness that wealth couldn't fix. My expression hardens. Take everything, I say firmly. Even I pause, because that isn't what people usually choose. I choose myself. I choose the tether you stole. Chains begin breaking. Shadows react violently, pulling against their restraints like emotion given physics. The collector becomes enraged. A dark storm erupts inside the tower. Lightning forms inside darkness, as if the curse is trying to compute a different outcome. I reach toward my shadow. He tries to stop me with force. Energy collides midair, and the tower fractures. Light begins breaking through cracks in the walls. The system is failing. Don't you understand? Your shadow was my possession, by agreement. By agreement, you exploited my hunger. But you can't own what you didn't create. Massive release begins. Shadows explode upward like freed spirits. He screams. His form destabilizes, and reality bends. I run through collapsing corridors, holding my shadow tightly, and time feels reversed. Like a timeline being rewound to a frame where I didn't betray myself. Escape what you chose? You're mistaken, I reply. I choose myself. An explosion of light erupts. Shadow energy collides with darkness. My shadow merges back into me with a sensation like a missing limb returning, warm, aching, real. A powerful wave destroys his control. You were never mine, always yours. The collector dissolves into darkness fragments. He vanishes, and the tower collapses completely. All trapped shadows rise into the sky like stars returning home. I stand in the center of light, breathing hard, whole again. At sunrise, Amara returns to Obina. The village is peaceful, real, grounded, alive. She walks through slowly, no longer rich in the way the city sells, but rich in the way humans survive. Our mothers and fathers embrace her with faces that don't need makeup or policy. My mother embraces me, and I feel her warmth without the chill of absence. Villagers watch in awe, not because I'm glamorous, but because I'm restored. The wind moves gently through grass, and for the first time, city lights on the horizon don't control my heart. We recognize the difference. Before, her gaze was stolen by distance. Now her eyes anchor to here. Cassava fields, yam mounds, iroko shade, and the honest motion of people working and laughing. Some things are heavier than wealth, and some things are not meant to be taken. My shadow returns, not as decoration, but as proof that I belong to the light that touches everyone.